Alright, so hello everyone. I am back with more of this Battle Royale showcasing stuff. Like a month ago, I did Season 1 of Starblight, and now I'm going to release Season 2 because it's March, and Season 1 was a little bit shorter than Season 2. I'm going to show you Season 1's ending map before I show you Season 2. Then I'll get into the Season 2 showcase here. Alright, so I'm gonna show Season 1's ending map first. I should probably make like a copy of Season 1, so when I do something to it, you can play every version of Season 1. But I guess you just can't get back to the original version of Season 1 anymore, because it's already gone. I didn't make a copy. I don't learn how to do that for Season 2 and 3 and so forth. So you can play every version instead of having to play the final version of it. Probably the first and the last version of it. So this is Season 1 again. And this is the final map of Season 1. So as you can see, all these crystals from Starblight Spire are like floating with trees on them. And in the middle, where Perilous Peninsula was, is now completely gone, as you can see. So yeah, this is the final Season 1 map. There's also trees here at Crooked Canyon as well. So yeah, that's all of the changes from the beginning of Season 1 to the end of Season 1. Now, we can go over here to Season 2. There's a lot to show off because I added a lot of mechanics and stuff to Season 2. So, I'm going to go ahead and show this off. Alright. There you go. So, first of all, you can probably already see a difference here in the spawn island. It's floating now. I made it go into the air so you can't actually land on it because I didn't want to put any loot on it. So it was just kind of empty island that you could just land on. But now you cannot land on it mostly because it's all the way up here. I think I still might put loot on it because you can build up to it. But again, the circle isn't always on the spawn island. It is kind of sometimes, but not all the time. So first of all, this spawn island shows all of the map changes during the season in a different way. So it just shows all the props and they'll slowly disappear and rift over to their respective areas when the actual location comes out. So this spawn island will be kind of empty by the time the season ends, but it'll be interesting to see it though. So yeah. But I now shows you all the map changes during the season, because this season will have a lot more map changes than Season 1 did. And then you have the new logo, Starblight, with the slurp. This is a slurp season. And there's also this little information right here. It says, "Welcome to planet Starblight, an unusual planet floating in the most dangerous part of space. There may be threats that come our way." And this is just normally what it was before. Box. Well, these again, there's a new one here, Slurpwoods. Slurpwoods are found in every POI and will give you some helpful slurp items along with the addition of some special items for a certain weapon. So, yeah. Those are there. And, yeah, this is Spawn Island. I have these little slurp things floating around as well. These are just a reference to the middle of the map. We're gonna go from like over here, and then we're gonna go all the way across the map, going to every location and landmark and stuff. So the first POI change is Starlight Spire here. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of nature here now. I've added all of these trees as all the crystals have disappeared from when they were lifted up in the sky. So now all the trees have fell onto the island. So there's a whole lot more trees and nature here now. Um, I put a lot of evasion prop stuff here as well, so it looks a lot better than it did in season one. It looked kind of plain, so I decided to make it look a little bit better here. Next up, we have this gigantic mountain here, and it's a polarized peak. So there's like stuff like slurp and stuff. Um, the future of this POI would be kind of interesting during the season. I don't think the prop that I want to put right here is actually on Spawn Island, so I have to add that to Spawn Island quickly. But as you can see, inside of it is a landmark named Shiver Inn. So I just used a few of the Shiver Inn props and stuff. Just makes some interesting looking things. And also the loot in here is fridges, as you can see here. So instead of using the safes, there's actually just fridges everywhere, so you can open these fridges. And here's the event. I did not make it yet, so it's just kind of a button with nothing in it yet. But this is terrifying. This room is just scary, and especially if you open this door. Yeah. So not sure what happened in that room, but yeah. We have a whole bunch of fridges and stuff around here. So yeah, that's Polarized Peak. I think I'm gonna do the rest in the actual game here. I do have to show off the special mechanics and stuff. So yeah, we can also do that along. We have to probably go in multiple games though. It's not gonna just take one game. Oh yeah, this place. That is really loud though. Kind of go away from it. They don't automatically play. That's probably what I'm going to do real quickly. I'm probably going to shut it up because it is quite loud, and I don't think you can hear me with that loud thing going on. So let me just put this to 0. I have to remember to put it back to its normal volume afterwards, because I might end up keeping this thing to 0, and it's like I did not mean to do that. This message is kind of big too. It's kind of annoying, but it's trying to tell you to keep your inventory cleared so they can give you some stuff for when you are about to do certain things, or when you're about to pick a class. Because a lot of these classes give you things, as you can see. This is a new mechanic I added as well. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make these only give you like one item and then like one material or something if it's supposed to give you that. So as you can see, these fridges are the ones that give you loot here. There's a few loophole changes as well. Like there's the special serve, which was in season 1, but it wasn't as easy to get. Now it's a lot easier to get it. It's like very apparent as well. Goalies stuff. There's also the Vendetta Flopper. There's a lot of things in this season that lets you track people. So yeah, there's an entire class that's literally named Tracker as well. I'm probably gonna remove these 2 fish here and just put the Falcon Scout and the Recon Scanner. I think those are good enough for the Tracker class. But as you can see here, there's a whole bunch of these. I have to go through all of these throughout the entire game. So this might take a while just because of that. But we're going to show off the locations for now. So I'm going to go for this one at the bottom here, Starlight Explorer. Gives you a shockwave launcher and low gravity, as you can see. So you can fly across the map with your shockwave launcher and your maybe impulse and shockwaves. I also turned off fall damage here, so you can jump off anything um, now, which is great. I think it's just better. This is the middle of the map POI of this season here. It's Slurpy Skylines. Now, you can see around here is a whole bunch of slurp barrels and stuff. Giant slurp barrels. And this island is supposed to expand from this season. You see those little mini islands over there around the map. These three over here. They're supposed to expand to those by the end of the season. So, yeah, this area is going to be quite the big. It's probably going to be an entire biome by the time this season ends. So, there's an event here. I'll go over all of these events when I can get done with the events and stuff. Or when I get done with all the classes and stuff. So, there's like a little work area. Some desks and stuff. I think I need to add a little bit more loot to this place, but I think it's fine for right now. Again, I am supposed to expand this area, so we'll see where it goes, or where it goes by that time. Also, a teddy bear up here for no reason. Just why not, to be honest. The Excalibur. Yeah, I added the Oathbound stuff to the loot pool as well in this season. So you can just straight up get an Excalibur rifle and the hammer, the Falcon Scout, and the shield just from normal chest. I think I got the shield from a normal chest over there, actually. Instead of it being a specific event for Perilous Perilous Peninsula like it was in the last season. This place has not very much changed. This area right here has the Diplodocus is very, very curious in this rift right here. So it then moved and smacked all of the dinosaurs that were right there upwards. As you can see, the dinosaur's going for the kill. And then this dinosaur got lodged in this slurp canister right here. Poor dude. The chest and the camera is still up there. It's just in a little bit of a different spot. I did not mean to use that. I have a grappler. Let me open this. Slap juice. And if you're probably wondering, maybe not, these rifts do work. So if you go into one of these rifts, you get a free pass up here. There's 3 rifts on the map at the moment. These are all map changes that are going to happen in during the first 2 updates of the season. So this rift right here, giant IO sign, that does not have a good render distance for some reason. There was the one I just went through right here, and then I'll show you the last one in the new POI I can go to next. So let's restart the game here and go over the last 2 POIs here. You can go through all the events. So there's a new POI over here now. I also added a huge new POI right here. I'll go after that afterwards here after I go through this one. I used the chapter 4 trees for this, so it might look a bit out of place here. But this is Crowded Creeks. As you can see here, there is a rift here. And this is the 3rd and final rift on the map at the moment. And it has Durburger and Tomato Head facing each other. This is a hint for the next POI that's coming out. in the first update of this season. As you can see, I just got special serve, 100, quite overpowered. I'm once again going to get, I'm actually going to get Gold Rush this time. This one's quite the most broken, So, yeah, and this rift does also work like all the other ones here. So you can just go ahead and get a free rift anywhere you want to get it. And now we have this one, which has a TV that does play. I think I'm going to turn down the TV. It's a bit loud, but yeah, this is, if you're wondering, this area right here, Celebration Cinema, is actually just a landmark. The main POI is like the Crooked Canyon with a whole bunch of trees on it, and it's called Crossed Canyon, as you can see. I do not have enough mats for this, sadly. There's a few events that I still have to put in, so when I make another one for later on down the road for season 2, like probably right before it ends, I think I might put some extra stuff down, so I can actually like physically have the map 100% completed. So there'll be a few events that you probably won't be able to see, like the one Polarized Peak or Crowded Creeks, but you'll be able to see them later on down the road when I am close to being done with this season, like fully. This one also has a lot crazier loot pool, so you might end up getting gold guns like every game, depending on what you choose. Gold Rush gives you a Midas Whopper, which is just already overpowered, because it just instantly gives you a golden scar, and then makes every gun in your inventory golden, which is kind of crazy. So, I'm going to show you guys the first event here, I think. And this one is the most expensive in the entire map. It's right here. It costs 700 gold. And if you pick Gold Rush, you'll be just 100 gold off of this. So you just gotta go inside of Slurpee Skylines and just open a few safes, so you can get some gold, or just go somewhere else and get like paintings or stuff. But once you do this, you press it, it says someone has earned themselves a special promotion from Slurp, and it'll give you a signal remote. Now, this signal remote, if you press it, it gives you a random exotic. Just every exotic in the game, just randomized, and presumably some health, but I don't think the health really seems like it wants to work at the moment. So, yeah, it has a minute cooldown, and it gives you a random exotic every time you press it. That's why this is the most expensive one out of the entire game. I'm not going to show the ones off that I've already showed off before in Season 1, which are probably like most of them, to be honest. One thing I did to this one, I'm not going to play it because it's absolutely blasting in your ears when you do this. But probably for like maybe like a week after this season first launches, I'm going to make this one 1 coin. And if you press it, this TV will normally play like it always does. It'll play Butter Barn, but it'll play it like 10 times louder than it did before. So it will literally like break your ears as soon as you press them. That's why it's 1, because I want to troll you with that for a second before I put it back to normal, its normal price and stuff. So yeah, make him here, and we can go ahead and show off all of the perks slash little things you can get around the map or with the signal remote here, with the planet classes. And I forgot to tell you, there's every POI in the desert area has changed. Both Cozy Cottages and Crooked Canyon are just completely different now. So now it's Crowded Creeks and Crossed Canyon, and then there's Paradise Park, which is a new POI as well. This is not even actually made by me. This is made by a friend of mine. So someone else made this Paradise Park BOI here. So yeah, now I'm going to show off the special stuff, which is kind of the main attraction of this season, and somewhat of. There is the planet classes, obviously. So I'll just go over all of these. I'll explain to what they do, and I'll show you them. So ammo soldier, it gives you ammo, but the ammo does not matter because it just straight up gives you infinite ammo when you have this one. That's the only thing about with this ammo soldier one. It gives you infinite ammo. Shield wielder, it gives you extra overshield. It gives you extra shield, and it also gives you a shield, an actual shield, and a some armored walls. The Furious Gunner makes you really fast when you sprint, and you can sprint forever. So yeah, you just start zooming across the map every time you start running, and then this stuff is kind of unnecessary. But you also have a grappler. This class is made for if you want to rush people faster or just get away faster. That's also another option. The tracker is made to track people. So we have Thermal Fish, the Venom Flopper, the Falcon Scout, and the Recon, the Recon Scanner. Gold Rush, it gives you a Midas Flopper and 600 coins. You can use the coins, obviously, for power-ups and stuff, or the events around the map with the buttons. And the Midas Flopper, it upgrades your weapons, and it gives you a golden scar, obviously. Zero Build, which is probably one of the most unique here, is it gives you these 3 items. It gives you some shield, some free shield, like really easy heals and shield and stuff. And then it also gives you a Rift Fish so you can get away, just in case you're in the middle of a bad situation or a bad area. And what Zero Build does, it actually stops you from building and removes your ability to get mats. So you actually can't build if you have this class. Starlight Explorer, as you can see, it just gives you low gravity and gives you shockwave launcher, shockwaves, and impulse grenades, and it like lets you launch all the way across the map every time. And Harvester gives you 300 mats, and your farming is it's like multiplied by like 5. So you get a lot more mats, and your max compatibility is 2,000 each. So you can get 2,000 brick, 2,000 metal, and 2,000 wood. So the first one here is Ammo Soldier. As you can see, it gives me infinite ammo. This is the only thing that's special about this class. Actually, this is the only thing that it does. It gives you infinite ammo. The next one is Furious Gunner. I also forgot to tell you, also, Furious Gunner lets you auto reload. So if you have like a SMG, you can just automatically reload it. We have Shield Wielder here. It gives you a shield and some armored walls, as you can see. And what it also does is gives me 25 overshield, as you can see in my health bar there. And if I get I got a nice flopper just from here. Is it? Didn't upgrade anything in my inventory that time. It does have a chance to. It doesn't always do it. If I drink the Chug Jug, it will not heal me to max because the Chug Jug heals only for 100 shield. But you have like 150 shield, as you can see there. So you have a lot more shield as you hold more shield, and you also have some things to protect you more with. And you also have 25 over shield as well. Next up with this one I swear that message is getting more obnoxious on the screen every time I restart the game. So if you press the signal remote and you pick a Furious Gunner, it'll only give me one of the items. Now, as you can see, nothing looks different here, but if I start running, I like pick up speed when I'm running, and also, as you can see, I have infinite sprint as well. And one other thing is that if you shoot, you automatically reload with no animation, as you can see. Then just keep spamming it. Just keep on spamming it. These are for people if you want to rush constantly and stuff. So that is for you. Next up is Tracker. It gives you 4 different items here. And literally, the only thing that Tracker does is just give you these 4 items. There's nothing really like, there's no background special thing about it. You just get Recon Scanner, Falcon Scout, why is my dismiss unbound? I didn't ask for that. Now I can't do anything with this thing. That's so weird. I have to go all the way over here to dismiss it because for some reason my stuff is unbound with this with the Falcon Scout. So that's a bit strange, but we'll see. After we're out here, there we go. And then we got the Thermal Fish and the Vendetta Flopper. So that's all for the tracker. The next class that is getting a lot more obnoxious every time we restart the game. It's Gold Rush. We already went over that, so we're gonna skip the 0 build here. So as you can see, I have 150 overshield and I am slightly faster, so I am kind of like in the so I just move faster and I have 150 overshield, which is a lot of overshield, a lot more than normal. Usually I have 50 in a normal game of Fortnite 0 build, but as you can see, 0 build is kind of a huge disadvantage in this map. Because a lot of times 0 build is there's a lot of high mountains and stuff, and I really put a lot of these stuff to where you have to build unless you just can't or you just can't get up anywhere. So if you can't build, then it puts you at a huge disadvantage, and so I kind of made you a little bit overpowered if you pick this one. As you can see, if I harvest, I don't get any mats at all. Which kind of sucks. So no matter what I harvest, it gives me just nothing. And if I try to build, it just will not let me at all. So yeah, that is exactly what this does. And then the final one, because we already did Starlight Explorer, is a special one. Where if you go right here, all the way to Harvester, this is quite the opposite of 0 build. If you are a building fanatic, you will love this one. So as you can see, I have now 300 wood, brick, and metal. And now I have 5 times harvesting, so just that little piece gave me 85 brick there. So I harvest this. One tree gives me 300 wood. And I'll also show you one more thing with this. You can see I'm over 1,000 here, and it does not stop me from harvesting still. So I now have 1,100. here. 1,700, still going. 1,985. There we go. 2,000. My max wood amount is now 2,000. So, I can hold a lot more mats and do a lot more things. And it's quite interesting. And I actually think that's everything. I'm going to show you a few more things, like extra things I did over this map here. But after that, I feel like that's actually all for this map. Surprisingly, this one took a shorter amount of time than Season 1, obviously. Season 1 was kind of new at that time, so yeah. This is still the same and stuff. You can press this button and it gets you a rift behind you, and you can go into the rift and go in the air and stuff. Same thing there. If you want to see these mechanics, stuff like Freezing Fortress, like right here, you have to go out. You can go watch Season 1, and I show off every single one there. I made this house actually like full of stuff. I actually made interior in this house, so as you can see, there's like desks and TVs and couches. This also has loot. In Season 1, for some reason, this house just had 0 loot. Like, it was like slightly decorated in the inside, but it just had no loot. Like, if you went into this house, it had 0 cases in it, and it was kind of trash, but now it has cases. So you can open a whole bunch of these things here, and they're all in here, and perfect. And yeah, there's a few things here that are limited time to this specific season. So there might be a lot of loophole changes in Season 3. But yeah, that's all for the Season 2 showcase here. I'm not sure when I'll probably attempt to release this map sooner or later, but yeah. So yeah, this is it for this video, actually. I'm going to try to look around and see if there's anything else I want to show off here, but I don't think so. I think I've showed off all the new POIs and stuff. There are a few landmarks I have to go over that are made by my friends there that have their own events, actually. So I should go ahead and do that. So let's go over here first. This one has a rift right next to it as well, so there's a few rifts around the map you can use to go in the air. This is the first landmark here. This one's Cozy Cabin. It is like all the way at the very top here. And if you I'm going to get it by getting the Gold Rush, and now we can go ahead and claim this one. Now, what this does is it makes the campfire right here become lit. So that's interesting as well. You also get 3 guns, as you can see. You get the heavy AR, the heavy shotgun, and the grappler bow. And one more thing that this does is that if you've already collected this shield thing right here, that if you press that button, it actually regenerates it right here again. So you can go ahead and collect it twice to get 100 shield there if you don't get it from the chest. There's also a fridge chest. Unless you're kind of interesting person, per se, you wouldn't just randomly check the fridge for opening, because it's like not anywhere near Polarized Peak where the fridge actually was that one time. But this this fridge in Cozy Cabin was actually first, and this fridge in here actually gave me the idea to put the fridge inside of Polarized Peak because it's cold and fridges are cold. So he said, you know what? Why not? Why not put the fridge in there in Polarized Peak? Because why not? I wanted to make a unique chest, and hey, it's a unique chest. It's not a normal one like everything else on the map. Um, there's only one more here. There's a few random landmarks, like there's a whole bunch of lids on an island. You can probably see it right here. There's just a whole bunch of lids on an island for no reason. I just put it there because why not? It has nothing in it yet. There's really nothing there yet. It's just a whole bunch of lids. But I might make it to where those lids actually give you stuff. I might sooner or later, but not now. There's another one. This is the second and last landmark technically in the map. There's a few random areas in this map. Like up here is like a toilet, a bathtub, and a sink for some reason. It's just one of those why not moments. But this is Piggy Island. If you use this vending machine, it gives you 5 bacon. And if you sit here, dedicate your time to getting 600 of this piece of bacon, you'll earn yourself a special. You'll earn yourself a special vehicle that is not normally in the map. I did have to sadly remove vehicles because of memory issues, but I probably will add them back. Most likely the dirt bike because the dirt bike is very cheap. So it's one of those really, really cheap ones. I'll go ahead and show you the vehicle. But I do not feel like sitting there and pressing that button for like 15 minutes straight. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and just put down some pieces of bacon here right in front of the button. As I do want to do it, but if you want to do it normally in the actual game, you're going to have to sit here and press this button until you get 600 bacon. It used to be 900, so hey, I made it cheaper so it wouldn't take as long, but still, it's still a really long time. So when you get 600 bacon, you can go ahead and press this button, obviously. It says you legend because you sat here and actually pressed it a whole bunch of times to get 600, and it gives you a plane. It also alerts everyone when someone gets on the plane. I just put that necessary because this is the only vehicle in the entire game, so hey. Just fly around the map a little bit. This does take a little bit more fuel than normal planes, but I probably will put it back to like, I'm probably going to put it to no fuel, because if you have that much dedication to sit there and get 600 bacon, then you kind of deserve having this plane. So shoot, I think personally I will just make it have no fuel so you can just infinitely fly this thing around the map all the time. So yeah, that is actually everything in season 2 at the moment. It's a little bit less than season 1 because season 1 was literally just straight up all like season 1 was like entirely new, so I had to show off every little new bit in mechanic that this map had. Now I just have to show off individual mechanics and just individual locations instead of having to show off the entire map like in season 1. So it took a very similar amount of time, but not as complicated to explain it as season 1 was. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe so I can do more of these battle royale showcases and stuff. So I can keep continuing to make this, and maybe one day actually publish it if I get enough subscribers and stuff. Because I do want to publish this map one day. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. But most likely not until like season 3 probably, but hey, that's like June, so it might take a while, but I'll probably do a season 2 update video, just so, you know, you can see my progress on this season, because I do really want to show off the map changes of this season, so, yeah, um, I'll see you guys next time. We'll fuel